We proved our worth against COULDN, allowing us to sink into the sea, retrieving the legendary blade, the Master Sword. With an upgraded sword and strength gained, we are finally up to the task of saving our sister. So after barely making it back into the Forsaken Fortress alive, let's see what you couldn't have missed for the second time. Right as we attempt to breach the main door, we have a startling realization that security has been increased with Phantom Ganon blocking our path. This clearly shows us that Ganondorf has started taking his job way more seriously, probably scrapping the sneak barrel training and putting that budget into general security. However, as usual, Ganondorf doesn't account for Link having his grandma's soup this time, which is why his fortress has been breached multiple times. Soon after initial entry, we come across a horde of mini-blins. Nothing is too interesting about them, but the fact that they never stop spawning, in Ganondorf's fortress specifically, clearly is a metaphor to the endless cycle of Ganon spawning in just to be despawned by Link at the end of each game. Inside the prison Link wasn't locked into, we find a piece of heart in a chest. This is really odd, especially considering the only one who has the say of what gets locked in prisons in the Forsaken Fortress is Ganondorf himself. Drawing a few rational conclusions, we can assume that Ganondorf, after losing his dying piece, lost a piece of his heart, which he locked away, never to be seen again. The Helmroc King boss fight is one of the most satisfying boss fights in Zelda. Finally taking down the Helmroc King, which has caused many people of Hyrule so much pain, is a crazy thing to experience. However, this boss fight is an example of hubris in its purest form. The Helmroc King is seen to puff out his chest throughout the whole fight, demonstrating his excessive pride. This pride culminates in him wanting to show off his excessive strength as well. He does this by pecking Link, but due to his hubris, he overcompensates and sticks his beak into the ground, which Link exploits promptly. This final cutscene where we see Link standing face to face with Ganondorf and his ship is an iconic moment for many. This is where we learn of Ganon's plans and that the Master Sword lost its power. And while many of you may think I will bring up the question of how Ganon survives at the end of this cutscene, when Valoo burns the ship. However, I think instead of focusing on the ship burning, we should focus on the ship itself. The ship being stuck in an odd place is clearly a reference to Ocarina of Time when a ship was stuck in another odd place, which was the Shadow Temple. And the video is done. If you enjoyed it, consider doing what you would normally do.